Hey guys, it's Mackenzie and I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. I know I'm about to have a great day because I get to film about lipstick today, which is my very favorite makeup product. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a haul because I do have 9 new lip products to talk about with you guys, but it's also going to be swatches and reviews. I did buy these all together about the same time, but I waited a couple weeks to film this video for you guys because these are both new lip products for me and I wanted to get a good feel for them and really be able to give you guys a great, honest, to-the-point review on them. So I have 4 of the new shades of the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipsticks, and I've got 5 of the Colourpop Lippie Sticks. So I'm going to do these first, and I'm going to do these after. And like I said, I'm just going to do swatches and reviews for you guys. I'm going to talk about the individual colors a little bit, and then at the end I'll talk about the product as a whole and what I really think about it. I'll also be doing swatches and on the back of my hand, and if you're just curious, I am going to be using my Eye Makeup Remover pads to be taking off the lipstick in between swatches off camera, if you were curious. I know it says Eye Makeup Remover pads, but I think they're great for taking off lipstick as well as eye makeup. This is what I take my makeup off with, if you were curious. So I'm going to scoot in a little bit and start talking to you guys about these products. Alright, hi guys, I know I'm a little bit close, but it had to happen so that I can give you guys these swatches. The first shade that I'm going to be talking about is called Button, and it is a satin finish from the Colourpop Lippie Sticks line. So first of all, I'm just going to talk about the packaging really quickly. It comes in this cute little stick. The top comes off and it's a twist up. It's a skinny little tube there, and it has the nice, great little angled point there so that you can get right around the edge and have some really crisp lines, which is nice. And it also on the bottom, instead of having to take the cap off, and which I think it's really cool that the color is right there as well, but instead of having to take the cap off, you can always just look at the bottom and it'll have the name of the shade, the finish, as well as the shade right on the bottom there so that you will know. The Colourpop line, I believe, has matte, satin, glossy, hyper glossy, and maybe pearlized or one other. Those are the finishes that they have. I picked up 3 mattes and 2 satins because that's just my comfort zone. One thing I wanted to mention about the packaging really quick before I get into everything else, they are a little bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. I've seen a lot of videos about these and I just thought they were a little bit taller for some reason, but either way, they are $5. You can't beat that, especially with the range of colors and finishes that they have on the Colourpop website, which I will link down below. Yeah, you just can't beat it. So like I said, this is Button, and I'm also going to do hand swatches. I don't think that I have particularly pigmented lips, but everybody likes a nice hand swatch, so I will do that for you. Like I said, this is Button, and it is described as a pale, creamy peach nude. Here is the shade. My particular thoughts on this one, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I'm still getting used to the color. I'm not sure it is the right shade for me, for my skin tone, my undertones, everything else. So that one was Button, and the next shade that I am going to show you guys is Lumiere, which is a matte shade, and it is described on their website as a dusty mauve pink. And in case you didn't know, this is the one that they did a collaboration with Kathleen Lights on, and I will probably buy anything she ever does because I love her. So there it is. I actually really love this color. There's the swatch right on the back of my hand. I really like this color. I think it looks a lot darker here. It looks a lot more of a purpley than a pink. It's a really interesting color, I think. This one, I think, I've seen a lot of swatches on other people, and I think this one shows up a little bit more purple on some people, a little more pink on others. Yes, so like I said, this is the shade Lumiere, and this is a matte, which I believe I mentioned, but What I have noticed about the mattes is that they kind of sink into the lines of your lips a little bit. This one just accentuates the lines a little bit, I think. But overall, I actually really, really like this shade. However, this one you cannot eat with it on. I tried one time and it just sort of was all gone after I ate. Which is a little bit better than it being a complete mess after you eat. So sometimes you gotta pick your battles. So the next shade I'm going to do is Toucan, and it is a bright pinky coral red. This one, for some reason for me, this one, the packaging on this one is a lot harder to scroll up, and it feels like I'm gonna break it for some reason. There's the shade. I really love that one. This was the one that I was most excited for. And the first time I tried it on, I kind of hated it because it was a little bit dry, but it's gotten a little creamier in the couple weeks that I've had it. There's one thing about this color that does bother me, and you'll find out why in a few minutes. But I'm just going to put this one on. This one is a lot harder to glide onto the lips. It's a little creamier on the hand now, but it's still pretty... it skids a little bit. You know what I mean? It's not that creamy. So there is Toucan. That one's a matte finish. And this one, I actually really like the shade of it, and I really like wearing it. So now I'm going to tell you why that shade bothers me, and it is because I have this shade called Trixie, which is a satin, which is almost identical. Let me show you. Let me swatch it. Are those not the same color? It's the same color, only this one is a satin. And that kind of bothers me because this one, Trixie, shows up much redder on their website. I didn't really read the descriptions of the colors. Like I said, Toucan is a bright pinky red coral, and Trixie is a bright coral red. So obviously from the names you can tell that they're the same thing, but, or at least very similar. But on their website, the shade, when they show the picture of it, this appears much more red, and that's what I thought I was getting. So when I got both of these, I was like, are you kidding me? So that was a little upsetting for me, but I actually really like this one, and if I'm being honest, I'm going to show it to you anyway. If I'm being honest, I think if you were going to go between Toucan and Trixie, I would pick up Trixie just because it's a little creamier, it glides easier, and the difference between the matte and the satin on this one isn't that big, and since it's the same color, I just think you would maybe prefer the one that goes on a little bit easier. So like I said, this shade is Trixie, and obviously it's pretty much the same thing as Toucan, only in a satin. I really like this one. I'm sorry, there are a lot of dogs in my backyard yelling. Screaming, actually. I love it. When will it end? The last color of the Colourpop Lippie Stix that I have is this one called Dalia, and this one is described as a deep warm burgundy wine. I was really excited about this one, and this was another one that shows up a little bit different on the website. This looks like chocolate to me. I don't know about you, but that's what that looks like to me. It shows up a little more red on the lips, but it's still not exactly what I expected. So what I have to say about this color is I think it's a great one for fall. It really is a nice fall color, and it's not a bad shade. I expected a little bit more red to be in it, and this one is a little bit patchy to apply, so keep that in mind. So those were all the swatches of my Colourpop Lippie Stix. I feel like the things that I said about the individual colors were sort of negative, and I apologize because I actually really, really like these. I just wanted to lay everything out on the table, and I don't want anyone to ever think I'm not giving a completely honest review. So I decided to say all of the things about the individual colors, which ended up being kind of negative, like I said. I honestly really, really like these though. Like I said, they're $5 a piece. And I ended up getting them for like $24.99 like just in general, because I looked up a coupon code that I could get $5 off on. It ended up giving me free shipping. So yeah, $24.99 for 5 lipsticks. That's unheard of, especially the quality of these. I know I made it sound like I didn't really like them, but in general, I think they're great lipsticks. I honestly do wear them a lot. I really do like the shades, aside the fact that I got 2 of the same one pretty much. So I think it is important to watch swatch videos like this before you buy a lip product, such as this, which is only available online. Everything on the Colourpop website is $8 and under, which is incredible because I've heard so many great things about their products. So in closing on these ones, yes, I recommend them. Yes, I think they're awesome. Yes, they're so cheap. That's all I really have to say about these Colourpop Lippie sticks. I really like them, you guys. So moving on to the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipsticks. I talked about one of these in my favorites video, which I'm sure you saw, but if you didn't, I'll link it down below. So let's just get into the swatches. This one here is the first one I'm going to be swatching. It is called Mother, and it is a dusty mauve pink, which was the same description for Lumiere. So I'm going to swatch it right below there. Maybe in the same family, but I don't know. Anyway, this one, I will say I was a little bit disappointed in this one. This one, I saw pictures of it on Instagram, which immediately I was like, oh my god, I have to have it. In the pictures I was seeing on Instagram, it looked a lot more pink, I think, and it ended up being a little more pinky purple than I thought it was going to be. But either way, I actually really like this shade. I didn't realize that was in the way. Oops. So this shade is Mother, like I said. Let me talk about the packaging real quick, because I didn't. This is standard liquid lipstick packaging, so that's why I didn't talk about it. You know, doe foot applicator, nothing new here. I like this shade. However, you can definitely not eat with it. I tried and it was gone. And it just sort of like was just on the outsides and it looked kind of weird. And it's already dried, so they're pretty quick drying, so they don't get everywhere. And overall, I really do like this shade, even though it's not exactly what I had thought it was going to be. These shades are a bit harder to get off, so forgive me if my lips begin to protest. The next shade I have is Ayesha, which is described as a rich lavender, which I was super excited about this one. Look at that, that's so purple. I have purple lipsticks. This is much different from other purples that I have. Really excited about this shade. I've worn it a few times. It makes me feel kind of like a mermaid. So that one is Ayesha, like I said. This one is very purple. So if this purple isn't quite for you, they do have a more pastel-y purple, which this is still pastel, I think, but like it said, it's rich lavender, so it is a little bit darker. They do have lighter purples in the collection now, so I would totally check those out. I really like this shade, however, this one is super drying. A lot of these pretty much in general are very drying, the Kat Von D ones. I can't wear them 2 days in a row. Like if I wanted to wear one day and one the next day, I can't do that because they really dry out my lips. I don't think I mentioned this, but some of the Colourpop matte ones also dry out my lips, and I don't have that problem with a lot of lipsticks, so I thought that was worth mentioning that both of these are kind of drying. So now we are on to Santa Sangre, or Santa Sangre, or however you say it, which is the one that I spoke about in my July favorites. This is my new favorite red, and the website describes it as a poison apple, which I think is the perfect description for it. I'm sorry I'm so close talking to you guys, if that's really weird, but I'm doing the swatches and I don't want to move back to talk and like get close to like do the swatch and then talk about it, so I'm just here. I'm hanging out. Me and you and my face. Could you die? I could currently die. This red is incredible, first of all, And second of all, the way this one dries is so much different in my mind from the other ones. The other two are so matte. The color is very flat. Not flat, I mean, they're great colors, but they dry to a very flat shade. There's nothing more than that color, very dry on your lips, honestly. I completely forgot to swatch this on my hand, you guys. I'm so sorry. There it is. And this one, for some reason, just has a sheen to it. There's no sparkle, there's no shimmer, and it is matte, it dries matte, it doesn't go anywhere. But in my mind, it just dries a little differently. And I feel like you probably can't see that on camera. For some reason, like I said, there's no shimmer. It's just brighter. It has something in it that makes it more vibrant of a color. It reminds me of plastic for some reason, like the way a piece of plastic catches light. And there's no shimmer, but it catches light. Do you know what I mean? I wish I could describe it to you. And basically, the way I can describe it is that you should. I love it. And the last one that I have, the last lipstick I'm going to talk about today, you guys, is this one, which is Witches, and the website describes it as a pitch black, which it is. The only thing about this one, it takes a little bit to put on. It is a little streaky. And this one smells like straight paint, by the way. So this one, like I said, is Witches, and it is pitch black. This is a black lipstick. I thought it was fun. I don't have a black lipstick, so that's why I wanted to pick it up. I know it's not the most flattering shade on me, which kind of upsets me. I wish I could rock black lipstick. I'm gonna try sometime. I'm just gonna go for it and wear it out in public sometime and see what happens. Like I said, this one is pitch black, but it takes a lot more to get on. The other ones, honestly, I had to do one swipe and I got a full color. That one, it takes a little bit more to really get a full coverage of it on the lips. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And that is all of the lipsticks I am showing you guys today. I'm sorry if this video ended up being so long. I know that it probably did. But I really wanted to show you guys these lipsticks, give you guys my full opinion. I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown of what I think of these. Like I think I already said, they are pretty drying, but they are so matte, which I think is awesome. They dry down so perfectly and they really don't budge unless you eat. I think they're great. I'm excited to buy more colors of these because I really like them. But yeah, all in all, that's all I have to say about these. I'm sorry, I'm just going to end this video so you guys don't have to listen to me talk any longer or look at my face anymore. I actually really love both of these products and I would definitely recommend them, and I'm definitely going to purchase more myself in the future. So that's all I have to say about these. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I had a lot of fun swatching these lipsticks for you. And I had a lot of fun talking about them, and if you guys like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you would like. Let me know what you thought of these colors. Let me know if you have any of them and if you think the same things about them that I do. And I would so love it if you guys would just hit that button down there and subscribe. It would mean a ton to me. I really love making these videos, and everything's better with an audience. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on Monday.